education opens the door for you. You not only have opportunity of making more money, but like he also said, you have opportunity of meeting a spouse, of meeting people that are going to be very helpful to you in life. It kind of just brings out that new thing out for you. Even coming to this country as an immigrant, if you are educated, it just you know you can get to the sky. If you are educated as an immigrant in this country, you are not at the bottom. You are not washing the plates. You are not washing the bottles. You are not picking bottles on the street. You can actually work in an office. You can actually be a boss. You can actually do a lot for yourself. And so, from the immigration perspective, how do you come here to school? How will you be able, will those doors be open for you? First and foremost, you want to get a visa. Oh, sorry, I forgot.
做一下简单的翻译哈，就是作为一个国际学生，然后来到美国，那教育是非常重要的。它不仅给你带来高收入，另外也可以让你提升你自己在一个社会的地位，而不是在餐馆里面做简单的一些体力劳动。那么接下来呢，我就要简单的介绍详细的介绍一下，那怎么样子作为国际学生在美国国际学生在美国的教育入门的情况。
So, when you come into this country, you're either coming in as an immigrant or as a non-immigrant. So what does that mean? If they say you are immigrant, it means the American government is giving you a visa to come in here with a green card. So which means that your spouse is filing for you, your parents are filing for you, but you're coming here permanently. They're allowing you to come into the country permanently, and then you get a green card, and a lot of those get open for you. But however, if you're coming as a non-immigrant, meaning you have to have a special visa for a specific purpose, either as a visitor, as a student, or as a researcher. We have different reasons for working or whatever. So coming particularly to F1 visa, which is what you need to school in this country. So if you want an F1 visa, first thing to do is to research a school. You got to find a school first that is going to accept you in the US. You just cannot go apply for a visa without finding a school first.
OK， 那进入美国呢，通常有两种种类，一种是移民进入美国，一种是非移民进入美国。那么移民进入美国呢，就是说，比如说，如果你的家人给你申请了绿卡，那么你进来的时候，你如果持有美国的绿卡，那你就是移民的身份。那么非移民身份呢，就是你需要特殊的每一种的那个签证，比如说你是个旅游者啊，你是个学生啊，你是过来工作的这样的签证种类。那么作为国际学生来说呢，他持有的那个签证是 F1 签证。
So the first place you want to go to is the Student and Exchange Visitor Information System. That system lists all the accredited schools in the US. So you're going to go there and find which school am I going to. And luckily for you, Maroon College is one of those schools. So the moment you type in Maroon College, it's going to come out. So you know when you apply to Maroon College, you've already passed that bar. So that's not going to be a problem for you if you go across the street and speak with her and tell her, look, I want to apply here, but I also I want to get the visa. So once you've gotten that part out and you have that that the school is an accredited school, there is a form you have to fill. Form I-190-901. I-901. You fill that form and then you apply for go apply for a visa.
那就是每个国际学生呢，他都会每一个国际学生，他的信息都会在移民局的一个叫 Service System 里面。那么蒙罗大学呢，也是这个系统的成员之一。那就不像说你如果到大街上随便找一个学校， 你说我想去申请这个学校，那可能就是他可能没有这个资格说你可以成为合法的一个国际学生在美国。那么蒙罗大学呢，你就不用担心，它是CIVIS 那个美国移民局授权的，那正式的这样子一个可以给国际学生合法身份的这样一个大学。那么首先第一步来说呢，你作为国际学生，你要填一张表格叫 I-901表格。
So, say you're going to Maroon College. So after meeting with the admissions officers, and they've told you, oh, the problem, you can be admitted. They have to give you a certificate of eligibility. You need that certificate to be able to go to the embassy with, to prove to them that I've actually been admitted to a school in the U.S. and I will need to move further to get my visa.
那学校呢会签发给合格的学生I-20的表格，然后他们拿了这个表格以后呢，可以去美国大使馆签证。
So after getting to the point of getting a visa, you're going to pay all the fees, and then they give you a visa. Once they grant you the visa, you come back into the country. You have at least 30 days before your program actually starts to come in. So that way you have opportunities of settling down or, getting to know the area where you're going to stay and all of that before school actually does start. So you have that opportunity of coming in 30 days before.
当你缴纳了所有的费用，然后拿到了美国签证进入美国以后呢，你有30天的时间，在美国的大学开学30天的时间之前，你进入美国。
Now, at the end of your program, because now most visas, when you're coming into the country, for those of us that came in here with a visitor visa, they will always tell you you have 6 months, 3 months. They'll give you that time. But for student visa, they will tell you duration of stay, DS. That's what they're going to stamp on your passport or your I-94. So which means as long as you are a student, you are in legal status in the US. So when you start being a student, you have a grace period. Once you graduate, you have a grace period of 60 days to remain in the US in order to think of what next to do.
当你进入美国的时候呢，通常都会有一个在美国合法居住的时间，比如说你3个月了或者6个月。但是对于国际学生来说呢，他会给你一个叫 DS， 也就是说你只要保持了学生的合法身份，你就一直可以在美国。那么当你大学毕业了就是大学毕业的时候呢，你有60天的一个在美国的逗留期，如果你没有转到其他的身份。
So something else I'm going to tell you is a lot of people come in with with visitors visa, and then it elapses. They give you 6 months to stay in the U.S. and then you couldn't decide what to do, and 6 months elapses. So now you are out of status. It's going to be hard for you to get a student visa at that point because you're already out of status. Now you're trying to change to a student visa from the U.S. Now you have to, when you are still in status, start looking for the school that you want to go to. Quickly go to them and apply and see if USCIS will grant you a visa here. But really, the best way to do it is once you find the school here, you may have to go back because they don't want you to change from visitor to student. They'd rather you go back to your country and apply for the student visa and come back in with the student visa. There are exceptions where they will let you switch from that of a visitor to that of student, but they need to give you that permission. Otherwise, once you're out of status, it's going to be hard for you to get it.
当你是以旅游者的身份进入美国的时候，你并且在你的旅游身份期间呢，你找到了一个大学，它可以接收你。那么我的建议就是你要回去签证，那就是签证好了，回去签证以后再进入美国。因为如果你在美国转身份的话，它有6个月的空白期，也就是说6个月如果你没有。
After 6 months, if you're out of status, you may not be able to get a student visa.
如果你在美国非法逗留6个月之后，你可能拿不到学生的签证。
That just the fact that you applied for student visa, you applied as under the bachelor's program, does not mean you cannot also have an extension when you want to go for your master's. They will give you that extension as long as you're still in school. Just don't make sure the change don't happen after 5 months. So it has to be within 5 months for you to switch from this program to the other program. After 5 months, now you're out of status technically, and then you have to go through the longer process of getting reinstated into the student visa again.
那如果说你如果在美国的学生身份非法之后呢，你可能有5个月，并不意味着说你不能再去申请研究生或者其他更高的学位，但是你5个月但是你申请的时候5个月之后呢，你如果再申請了大學的話，你要去申請移民局的，就是把你的合法身份取回來，
Reinstatement. After 5 months, you have to request to be reinstated into the F1 visa category again, to the student visa category, if you have to move to a different program.
5个月之后，如果你想申请其他的研究那个就是专业的话呢，你可能就需要到移民局去申請把你的合法身份取回來。
So now, another thing that I would like to bring to your notice is after your F1 visa, your program it's over, you can actually get an extension for 1 year for optical training. So say you want to do, after your training, you want to get some more technical training and you have a job that was going to help you through that process, they will grant you an extension for 1 year to be able to do that training.
在你读完一个专业之后呢，你有1年的实習期。
Okay, all right. Now, can you change out of F1 status to adjust your status? Yes, you could do that. Say while you were in school or as soon as you graduated from school, you got a job that employed you and they are willing to file for you to move to that of H1, which is employment-based category. Yes, they can do that. You get married, you find somebody very handsome or very beautiful while you were in school and who is a US citizen and they fall in love with you and they want to apply for you because they don't want you to leave because they know they can't leave 1 day without you, they can file for you at that point.
在你F1的身份结束的时候，你可以申請就是轉到你的移民身份，比如說你可以轉成工作簽證，或者如果你真的找到了一個終身伴侶，你可以申請綠卡。
So they put in an application for you, and this application allows you to be able to adjust status to become a resident of the United States, and then you don't have to go back or you cannot stay after the 1 year or after the 30 days that you were supposed to have stayed in the U.S.
当你取得了绿卡之后呢，你就是成为美国永久公民。那你出去离开美国再回来就不再需要签证。
So one of the benefits of F1 visa is during the period of your stay. So if you're doing a 4-year program, you can go home and come back as long as you are still in the program. So your visa says duration of stay. So as long as you are still in school, you are not, unlike B1, B2 visa, which is the visitor visa. After the 6 months that you were given, if you don't leave, then you cannot leave the US again unless you have another way of adjusting your status. Then otherwise you won't be able to come back into the country. But the F1 visa is different. As long as they have the duration of stay for you, you can travel home and you can come back as often as you can while you are still in school. But once your school is over, once the visa expires and you do not leave, then it becomes a problem. But while you are in school, so for that 4 years, you can always travel and you can always come back.
在你的大学的学习期间呢，只要你是学生身份，你就可以回国，回到你自己的国家，并且再回来也是没有任何问题。它并不像其他的签证，比如说像旅游签证，它只能逗留6个月，那6个月之后你就不能再回来。那只要你是学生 的身份期间，你回到自己的国家都是没有问题，然后再可以回来。
So before I leave here, the one thing I would like you to remember, when you are trying to get an F1 visa, a student visa, don't forget the school matters a lot. You don't want to go to a school and pay all the money and do all of that, and then they give you paper and you go to immigration. Immigration will tell USCIS will tell you, oh, we don't recognize this school. You want to go to an accredited school. So at the end of the day, when they give you a bachelor's degree, it is a bachelor's degree that will really open doors for you, not a bachelor's degree that will close more doors against you. Okay? So if you take nothing away from here today, just understand that if you're thinking of a school, Maroon College is a school for you to go. Okay? Thank you very much.
最后呢，我想跟大家说，当你在美国择校的时候呢，这个学校受移民局的认可是非常重要的。你并不想到一个大学，然后它并不能受理国际学生，或者它是个非法的大学。那么这样的话，你到美国来的话，它并没有为你敞开大门，反而为你关上大门。那你们不需要担心门和大学。谢谢大家。